So a little update on the heifer situation. We have this pen on the end of our barn. It's attached to the end here. We normally put the dry cows in here, but we're actually down on dry cow numbers a little bit. So I took some wean calves out of the kennel and I put them in here. I adjusted the pipe so that they aren't able to jump through, and I'm feeding them starter and grass hay up here. We have a water on the end here, but I cleaned out a load so that they'd have good height here to be able to reach over to eat, and they're doing really well in here. So that's the update on a partial update on the heifer calves. So these ones are, that one there is a September 16th she was born, so puts them right around 3 months. She was one that struggled a little bit on the last group, so she's probably one of the older ones, but she is actually the smallest. This red one here is real friendly. She was in the kennel. She's just a mammoth. I don't know what her deal is, but same age as all the others. She's just huge. I don't know why. So that's where we're at with this. In here we have what we call our calf barn. We just got a fresh bale of hay in. I cut some strings. I'm gonna pull off. Been dealing with a little bit of coughing in this pen, so we got prescription for this Aramycin crumbles. I have some in here. Been feeding them for the past couple days here. I feed this end pen here, calf starter. So I'm going to push the hay up here and give them some fresh. So here is our grinder mixer. We run it with the John Deere 4040 right now. The GM 170 HNS. We just put these Amazon special steps on here. They do the job, but they are slippery. But anywho, a couple weeks ago, when we were picking corn, we didn't quite fit it all on one load, on the last load, so I brought the wagon home and we put some in here. I'm going to use this. I'm going to take it over to our steers at my house and use the rest to top off the heifer bin. Told this morning to let the chickens out. It's now about 11:30. I'm gonna do it now. Hope my fiance doesn't see this. I'm letting her chickens out a little later than normal. But yeah. Gonna check on them in here. She's got these funky looking things. They're pretty cute. She's got silky. It looks like we got some eggs going. This one likes to peck at you. Alright, so in here we have our special heifer mineral for the calves. I'm going to put 2 bags in the grinder mixer. We have about a ton and a half in there. I'm going to put this in, and then I'm going to add protein, which is roasted beans, and a little bit of molasses. There's a hopper on the side that'll put it in without having to run it through the hammer mill. Pull a string where it's on the side. That works too. And this can go in here. And I'll do it again. Get another bag. Bucket. We have a chute here from a green bin. tote right here. This really makes nice feed with the molasses and ear corn and roasted beans. We're gonna take that over to the other farm to feed the heifers over there, so I don't have to haul it over every day with my truck. This bin holds about 2 to 3 tons, depending on what it is. Ear corn probably only 2, but shelled corn probably 3. So we're gonna put a pile in here, and then we'll be able to be good for a little while. Sure is handy with this. We used to have a New Holland grinder, like I think it was a 258, and it had a double folding auger you had to put together, and you'd almost pinch your fingers when you were trying to unfold it. And also you had to crank it with a crank with a wire that pulled it up. So this is quite a bit easier with hydraulics, but it also doesn't reach quite as high, and you can't stick it in like windows in the barn. I did that over at the other place. Can't do that anymore. But I still prefer this one all day long. The capacity of the 258 was definitely a little more, though. It would grind a lot faster. I think the hammer mill was a little bigger, and the tub held more also. Gonna load this tote of grain up that we filled earlier. Take it along over to the other farm with my trailer here. We're gonna leave the forks on here until we can use the skid loader to get it off. Okay, keep it up. These calves were getting calf starter. I gave them switching them over to this now. They seem to be taking a liking to it so far. And then the pen over there, they're also getting it. I give these about 1.5 buckets, and I gave those 3 buckets. These calves were getting calf starter. I gave them switching them over to this now. They seem to be taking a liking to it so far. And then the pen over there, they're also getting it. I give these about 1.5 buckets, and I gave those 3 buckets.